welcome once again to the Monday Night War Stories. And we are coming off of Buried Alive for WWF. It's go home time for Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc presented by Slim Jim's for WCW. And my goodness, is it a busy week.
Yes.
Big segments on both Raw and on Nitro. And what better way to bring you the big segments than the bigger-than-life voice of the voice of a generation, the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. With me, as always, dashing Joseph Lessel.
I was hyped to do this until that moment right there.
Yep.
You're welcome. And, of course...
Way to kill it, Jeff.
It's what I do. With us, as always, the Human Wrestling Database, Corey Mack.
Let's go. We got a busy week, and you've renegaded this sumbitch already.
You ruined his great match of the week for himself that he just did, but you ruined that, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Way to go.
Mankato, Minnesota.
Great.
The small Minnesota city of Mankato.
Can we go back to Cleveland?
Majestic, historic Cleveland, Ohio. No. We're in Mankato at the Mankato Civic Center for Nitro. We had a dark match.
I know what it is.
Okay.
DDP versus Johnny B. Bad.
No, one of them actually made the main show, and the other is on the other network.
Is he?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
No. The dark match was Eddie Guerrero defeating Robbie Rage.
That's fucking random as shit.
Yes, it is. Welcome to WCW Dark Matches. We started off, of course, with our commentary team, Larry Zbysko, Tony Schiavone. And Larry and Still and Macho, not to give Liz your checkbook or your credit cards, because she is still your ex-wife and she still wants your money.
Zbysko, not a bleeding heart.
No. Then, of course, we have to review the whole video with Liz from last week and Macho's reaction because...
Randy.
Son of a bitch.
This was the sex swing that you made for me. But now Hogan plows me on it.
Oh, God. That would have been more, entertaining.
Yes. But that's okay because we get entertaining right off the bat in our first match. As Chris Jericho is taking on Bobby Eaton.
Damn right.
Mr. Eaton, noticeably more American in his approach now to his ring gear.
Yeah.
No longer with the Blue Bloods. And being produced from Alabama once again.
Yeah, Huntsville,
Alabama. We get news that Sting is here tonight.
Say what?
And he's in the main event.
Say what?
It gets better. Because while this match is about to start, Six and fake Sting show up with the NWO, up on the NWO perch. And we find out that Six is here to scout his opponent for Halloween Havoc. Well, Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc, sorry, presented by Slim Jim's. As it's going to be Six versus Chris Jericho. Okay. That got added last second. I have no problem with this match.
I don't either. But I do have a problem with something.
Yes.
So it's Six and fake Sting, correct?
Yes.
What is fake Sting and Six doing with a video camera?
Scouting their Six's opponent for the upcoming pay-per-view.
Isn't that against the law to be taking footage of, the wrestling?
To videotape stuff, put it out there would be against the law, but yes. Just using it for scouting an opponent, I do not believe is against any rules or regulations.
I'm against that.
DDP did it for every match he ever had.
The hell are you talking about?
He did.
Really?
Yep.
Did not know that.
No.
He taped every single match he ever had, including house shows. He would pay the Young Boys or a ref or someone, sometimes other wrestlers, to stand at the curtain and tape that sumbitch so he can go back and critique it, watch it, see what he can improve. Every single match he did.
And that's why he's now a Hall of Famer.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Eaton with the power slam, that gets 2, though he almost threw Jericho out of the power slam.
I was going to say, you forgot that there's a little confusion at the beginning of the match with, like, the bell. They botched the bell in the beginning of the match. It's like, they look at it, and it's like, ding, ding,
It was a little bit of a slow bell.
ding. And they're like, what the hell is going on here?
Jericho, not to be outdone, spin heel kick and then the triangle drop kick. Then back in, back to the outside. Jericho with a back body drop, sending Eaton to the concrete. Eaton then, that top rope knee drop. That'll get 2. Jericho, not to be outdone, jumping side kick, goes up top, missile drop kick, gets the 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Chris Jericho. That was a surprising way to end that match. Was not expecting off the missile drop kick. Then Tony Schiavone and Jericho get together for a promo. Jericho still kind of working out the promo chops here. Does really well at the beginning with the wordplay on 6, because it's 6 days away from the pay-per-view. Then it kind of goes downhill from there.
Yeah, he pulls a Sid. Hey, we're live, buddy.
Yeah, you're definitely live. You're doing it right there at ringside. Then we get a Mysterio video package, just so you remember that Rey Mysterio Jr. exists.
Where is he?
I'm guessing he's working Mexico.
Yeah, because when was the last time we saw him? 3-4 weeks ago?
The last pay-per-view for
Yeah.
On
WCW?
Nitro, I think it was the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because the last TV spot...
Oh, the Nitro after the pay-per-view.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, it was because it was, like, switched opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But according to WCW, the last Mysterio was when Malenko took his mask.
On Saturday night.
Which
On
makes
Saturday
sense
night.
because that was taped the night after the Nitro after Fall Brawl. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing he was there for those tapings and then went back to Mexico for a month. Because at the time, Mexico would run nightly too, and AAA was still... Mm-hmm. WCW was just a side thing for these guys. It wouldn't be for another couple months that WCW would become the focus for the Luchadors. So,
AAA? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, WCW would.
Yeah.
Eventually, that would become the focus. But right now, it's very much just that's cool on the side, but AAA is our promotion.
Let's go ahead and get to our next match as Dean Malenko, the other part of that Cruiserweight title match, upcoming at Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc presented by Slim Jims, takes on a newcomer, Jimmy Graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Corey, tell us about young up-and-comer Jimmy Graffiti.
Would be grizzled vet Jimmy Backlund, better known to those listening and Joe as the Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey of the Heavenly Bodies in the WWF.
What the
Smoky
hell?
Mountain. Rechristened Jimmy Graffiti here and put in the Cruiserweight division.
The man is not a cruiserweight in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But one thing he is a talented fucking wrestler.
Yes. No, he's really good.
Which you can definitely tell from this match because there's a beautiful counterfest to start this match.
One question before we get to the match.
Yes.
What the fuck was on Mr. Graffiti's fingers?
Paint?
Was
graffiti,
it
Jimmy Graffiti?
or I get it. But I thought it was like tattoos, or did like an ink, like a pin blow up in his
I'm pretty sure it's
pocket?
a couple of Bic pins that got cut open in the backstage.
I thought maybe he was a missing Wyndham and he was part of the fucking...
Stalkers?
he was part of the counterfeiting ring that they got put in prison for.
Oh, shit.
Guess not.
No.
But yeah, great start to this match. Both been looking really strong to start off. Graffiti float over DDT, then a sit-out powerbomb. That gets 2. Then the standing sidekick. That gets 2 again. Dean with the side suplex. That gets 2. Graffiti, jackknife pin. That gets 2. Dean with the back heel kick. That gets 2. Really back and forth match. Really good stuff. Dean's crossbody sending both men to the outside. Then Graffiti goes up to the top rope, but on the way down, gets caught by Dean, who turns it into a Texas Cloverleaf to get the win. And this, of course, is the Pet Boys Power Pin of the Week. The Texas Cloverleaf.
Yeah. There was a spot in the match where I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
They were outside fighting, and commentary was talking about how the NWO likes to fight on the outside, fight dirty, because of what happened with Flair. And I love the fact that, at this point, when the two guys are fighting outside, Shivani goes, "We're WCW. We fight in that ring all the time. We fight in the ropes." And I'm like, you're saying that while your two guys are on the outside right now.
Also,
what the hell?
Except for that part.
Yeah.
Nasty Boys, Public Enemy, anything involving the Dungeon of Doom.
Outside.
Do we want to go back to...
Bash to the beach?
Oh, no. Benoit
Bash the beach
versus...
bubble.
Benoit versus Taskmaster.
Or the triple cage?
Oh, God, the Tower of Doom.
Come on.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Let's not do that and go to our promo for Saturday night. Because it's still the most watched wrestling show on the weekends.
I always missed it when I was younger. I always caught the final match.
I made a point to watch it younger than this, but by 14, 15, or 16, I had pretty much, checked out.
I would always forget. I'm like, oh, awesome, it's on. And then, okay, that's that week. And then next week, nope.
Completely forgot about it.
Let's go ahead then and get to everybody's favorite moment. That piped in DDP music.
Good
God.
And as he comes to the ring, we get this nice picture-in-picture promo package of him hitting diamond cutters on everybody.
Hell yeah.
They're drilling in the fact that the diamond cutter is a dangerous move.
Oh yeah. It's the out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. That move has been out of nowhere for 20 fucking years.
And going strong.
Yeah.
Willie Will hit on his opponent tonight. Sergeant Craig Pittman.
I think yes.
With Teddy Long, of course, as manager. I wonder who the ref is for this match. It's Nick Patrick.
Yeah.
Because we got to keep that fucking storyline going.
Another year. Come on.
Paige, though, uses it to his advantage, knocks Pittman into Teddy Long. Then Paige, that tombstone, face crusher movie hits. Really like that. Gets 2 out of there. Then Pittman ends up locking into Code Red. But Long, as the worst manager possibly of all time, gets onto the apron as his guy has the submission move in to argue with the ref.
Well,
So Paige can get to the ropes.
First off, Teddy Long is the cheapest manager of all time. But that's all I wanted to say there. Go on, Jeff.
Okay. So now Pittman's arguing with Nick Patrick because everybody argues with Nick Patrick. DDP turns it around. Diamond Cutter, 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Diamond Dallas Page.
And I want to blame not Nick Patrick for once. Yeah, all right, Corey. Let me blame Teddy. What the hell were you thinking? You're like, he gets on the apron for no reason to distract his own guy and get his own guy to an L.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well, you find out pretty much the exact same thing in the promo afterwards as Tony Schiavone talks to Nick Patrick, who calls out Long's managerial skills. Tony's accusations about him being the masked referee for the NWO and
he is.
NWO Saturday Night.
He is.
And then throws a little bit more shade at Mean Gene.
Yeah, he does.
Remember what happened to the last guy who brought accusations at me?
They're not too happy Mean Gene left.
No, not at all. We then get a review of the backlash of the NWO with Ric Flair and now Jeff Jarrett, which leads us to our next match. Ron Studd versus Jeff Jarrett. But before the match can start, here comes the Nature Boy. Woo! He gets into the ring. They basically shuffle Studd out of there because it doesn't matter. And we're here to have a strut off Jarrett versus Flair.
I challenge you to strut off.
And if you were trying to turn Jarrett heel, you got the reaction from the crowd you were looking for. If you were trying to make him the face and the guy to root for, this did not work at all. All it made was Flair is way more popular than you. The crowd hates you. Stop trying to rip off Flair's gimmick.
Remember when we're gonna fast forward here. In 2012, late 2012, early 2013, they tried to use Ric Flair and the rub from Ric Flair to legitimize The Miz.
Yep.
Well, this is the first time they tried that.
It worked just about as well.
Yep.
Shit, go ahead.
Why is John Studd the guinea pig to...
Ron Studd.
Ron Studd. The guinea pig to anybody that faces the Giant this upcoming pay-per-view. Benoit had it at the last pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And now
he's
Jeff
the only
Jarrett.
one anywhere near his size. So, if they can beat Ron Studd on TV, my God, they've got a fighting chance against the Giant.
Actually, Joe, you bring up a very good point. Benoit used Ron Studd to try to get ready for his match against the Giant. How'd that work?
He took an L.
Then Macho tried it.
Took an L.
Are you seeing a pattern?
Yeah. And I got a funny feeling that the NWO will probably get involved, so I think Jarrett will probably take an L.
But Flair and Jarrett shake hands. Flair decides to leave. Then we get our match, which lasts a minute 39. Studd had a two-handed choke toss, but eventually Jarrett suplexes him, locks in the figure four for the win. Then he gets the chance to cut a promo with Tony. And he's talking about how it's time for us to stop playing defense as WCW. It's time to go on the offensive. Mm-hmm. And then Flair comes out.
I like this. I like the fact that it's, hey Jeff, can we talk for you a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. So are you excited for your match on Sunday?
I absolutely am.
Fuck you. Here comes Ric Flair.
And then Rick decides just to be amazing. Because that's what he does.
Fuck you.
And he just cuts this promo about, hey, we were wrong. You outthought us. You outgunned us. Hell, you even outdirtied us. But that's okay, because once I get off that surgery tray, I'm coming out and I'm coming after you. And for every stitch I take, for every drop of blood I spill on that table, I'm coming after you that much harder.
So with Flair's injury, one question. Who's out longer? Kevin Green or Ric Flair? Who comes back first?
Well, the shoot answer is they come back the same night.
God damn it.
Then, by the way, the entire time this promo's happening, the Giant's up on the NWO perch. Just cross-arm, looking down.
This is what I would say. Basically, whoever is facing a NWO guy, they're on the perch.
Yes.
Just watching. Disrupting
Nothing.
the show.
I mean, all they're doing is standing there. They're not really doing anything to cause any harm to the match or anything like that. But with this, we start hour 2. And Mr. Bischoff tells us that we have no sign of the Macho Man yet, though he's in the main event against Chris Benoit. That's gonna go well. And it's time for our next match. As the Total Package Lex Luger takes on Roadblock.
Who?
Corey, tell us about Roadblock. And not the pay-per-view.
The Rochester Roadblock, as he was originally known, from Rochester, Maine, I want to say. It wasn't New York.
Okay.
It was like Maine or something. Big dude, wrestled since the late 80s. Just a stalwart of the dying days of the AWA and pretty much used as an enhancement talent for WCW now.
It was Rochester,
It wasn't
New York.
I was wrong.
But hey, you were doing good other than you got. You thought you tried to overthink the state.
Pardon me for not being up to date on Roadblock. I do apologize.
No worries. As Arn cuts a pre-taped promo beforehand.
First wrestler to have a shitty pay-per-view named after him.
And then, as for the match itself, Lex with the power slam. Goes to the rack.
Now here's the power of persistence.
And that didn't work. Drops roadblock.
Nah, dropped him kind of nasty, too.
Goes for a second one. That even went worse. But dang it, third time's a charm. He gets that heavy son of a bitch up and puts him in the rack for the win.
This is impressive.
It was. It took him 3 times. Mm-hmm. But to any of you guys, did it look like Luger didn't want to be in the match?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
He had no interest in doing this at all.
The other thing I wanted to point out from this match, the end. Eric Bischoff basically has an orgasm
When he gets him
puts
up.
the rack in.
When he gets him up, that announce table rose 3 feet off the ground.
I thought my speakers were going to blow out of my TV. Holy shit. I mean, he just goes off.
Seed was slung everywhere.
He was really fascinated by that rack. After this, we get our NWO t-shirt ad because...
Buy the shirt.
There you go.
Everybody is.
And
I'm not going to lie, I might buy the Wolfpack one
This is a good shirt.
when it goes on sale.
Then we go on the road with Lee Marshall,
Yeah.
who's in Phoenix, Arizona, where we are next Monday.
You know the best reason in the world to leave Mankato, Minnesota, and transport to Phoenix, Arizona?
The 30-degree temperature difference.
As I say, you don't have to shovel sunshine.
This is true. And we won't have to shovel shit in this next match because it's a good one.
Well, you're wondering why Lee is in Phoenix, Arizona. He has a high school reunion coming up.
Yeah.
And I love the fact Bobby's he's going out with a high schooler?
Ah.
Why would he hang out with those kids?
Next match, the tag team champions Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry and Colonel Parker's Cock taking on the returning American Males.
American males. American males.
I'm about ready for the American males not to be a thing anymore.
You're getting close, aren't you?
Yes.
We also find out that Bobby has some connections and is going to be at the World Series. Going to be sitting with the AL commissioner, if I remember right.
Yep.
Checking out the Yankee game.
Bobby was, of course, legit friends with Steinbrenner.
Nice. It wasn't going well for them in the World Series at this point either.
Oh,
Because
it would turn around.
the Braves won game 1, 4-1, and we're up 4-0. Because Bischoff gave you the score every 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, because he
was wrong about it, too.
Because he was trying to rub in the fact that Atlanta's beating New York. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
The upstate guys.
Yeah, those guys up north.
Up north.
So we're gonna...
How'd that end up?
I believe they canceled it that year. Nobody won the World Series.
You are wrong, sir. No, I want you to say it. How did that go?
American males. American males. No?
The Yankees won the World Series.
What was that?
The New York Yankees in 1996 won the World Series.
Damn right they did. All right, continue.
American males. American males. When it comes crushing down. No.
Different song.
No.
When it comes to these two teams, they have this horrible habit when these two teams face off
Of wrestling?
of having the starting pair be Riggs and Stevie Ray.
Like, I'm not super high on him, don't get me wrong, but I'm higher on Riggs than you two are. I don't think he's nearly as bad as you two paint him to be.
But when you put him with Stevie Ray,
Well, that's anybody.
yeah.
Fucking Ric Flair and Stevie Ray. Can you imagine that match?
Ugh. But Stevie does hit a World's Strongest Slam. Eric decides this is a good time as any to apologize again to Randy Savage and his family for last week.
Sorry I ruined your whole family.
Don't worry, I won't do it again later tonight.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Back in, Booker with a powerbomb on Bagwell. Then the Outsiders appear just to watch the match and get some details on Harlem Heat.
They gotta scout those two hillbillies. Those two hillbillies from Houston.
Also, they're still getting used to that nasal strip.
Yeah.
But are they from Harlem? Harlem?
Well,
about that.
Those two hillbillies.
Then Eric talks about how the NWO's terms keep on changing, and now they want Nitro.
What? Why?
Because they want everything.
But no?
In the world.
Bagwell with the dropkick to Booker, coming off the top rope. Well, Booker was coming off the top rope, eats the drop.
Wait, I forgot to bring this up, and I think Jeff, you did too. This is a title match.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. They raised the titles up.
Yeah, WWE's famous for that.
Okay.
The refs, because nobody tells anybody anything, as we're learning on What Happened When, Mondays on MLW with Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
Nobody tells anybody shit.
Okay.
So I'm sure the referees thought this was a fucking title.
So-
match.
Also, it's not really that the titles were held up, because Nick Patrick tried, but because of his nagging injuries, could not hold them up.
No. Don't you support him? He legit rose them up like the title, but the thing was, it wasn't in camera, but he was like raising them up. I'm like, how the fuck is this another title match? How do the American males deserve a title match? Where the hell have they been?
So aren't you happier now to know this wasn't a title match?
Injured.
A little bit.
Injured. They were, remember Riggs just coming back from that summer Disney injury.
Did he just get out of the hospital?
If you do remember, he was legitimately dead laying there for like 30 minutes.
This is true.
While everybody else got put into an ambulance and his corpse is just... It's like,
Was he
Jesus.
the last one out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mega Males with the stereo drop kicks of Stevie Ray. Then Riggs goes out, knocks Sherry off the apron, punches Colonel Parker, turns around into the Harlem sidekick. Stevie Ray covers. 1, 2. Bagwell's sitting there just kind of looking at it, halfway in, halfway out of the ring, then decides to dive in and break up the count. Then Nick Patrick looks up, kind of looks, thinks about it. Yeah, call for the bell.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, your winners, Harlem Heat.
This was ugly.
They go to the replay just, to see, and it was. He was late getting there to break up the pin.
The replay helps, but it was a sloppy finish.
Vastly.
Thanks, Nick Patrick.
It's not Nick Patrick's fault that Bagwell was late getting there.
I'm going to blame him anyway.
Eric then says, Sting is here for that match, but it's the NWO version of Sting. So that's happening. We get our next match, tag team action once again, as the Faces of Fear with Jimmy Hart take on the Fantastics.
Who?
Josh Matthews, you ignorant bitch. You just watched them last week on a Great American Bash 88 pay-per-view. Take on the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Who?
shocked to see the Fantastics on Nitro.
How long had it been since they've been on television?
1989.
So, this is the first time we've seen them on TV, so please go over the Fantastics really quick.
Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, a great babyface tag team in the 80s. And well, truthfully, the 90s as well, but only over in All Japan. Mm-hmm. They were a great junior heavyweight tag team in All Japan. There were different variations. Sometimes it was Bobby and his brother Jackie.
Okay.
As Tommy Rogers just kind of quit working because he had a good thing going in Florida. Money coming in, didn't really need it after a while. But he would still come in every once in a while. And great tag team. Tommy Rogers unfortunately passed away last year. That sucks. He was really good worker. And I was happy to see him here, but I was like, holy shit, I do not remember the Fantastics. Even for a cup of coffee, I don't remember them being on Nitro.
And this, I actually, for a squash match, really like this match.
Well, it's because they're really fucking great, and they can make anything look good.
Because they get some really good tag team work in on Ming. Ming no-sells all of it.
As weird as it is, Tommy Rogers a year later would end up in ECW.
Really?
So, yeah.
I love the fact that Bischoff is like, I feel bad for these two guys facing the Faces of Fear.
Because they're really putting over how dangerous the Faces of Fear are.
Well, they are.
And one of the reasons why,
If this match was in a bar, I wouldn't feel too good about the Fantastics at all.
I think it was Fulton that's in the ring. And Ming back body drops him to the Barbarian, who catches him and turns it into a power bomb.
I warned you about that 6 months ago.
Yes, it finally came to fruition. And I want that to be somebody's finisher now.
How awesome was that?
Holy shit,
You
that was
got-
awesome.
I mean, you got to be strong. I mean, you know what? You know who could do it? The Authors of Pain.
Yes, they could.
They could do that.
Find out which one's strong, because Barbarian had to kind of work to get him up there as that power bomb.
because that's an awkward catch.
Yeah.
But
Damn,
fuck.
it was good. Then Ming with the back suplex. Then the delayed pile driver. Just wait for it. There it is. That gets 2. Stereo diving headbutts to Fulton. That gets 2. Then Fulton starts the rally. Hits the spin heel kick to Ming. Gets the tag to Rogers. Missile drop kick to Barbarian. Then the Fantastics with the double back suplex. And a stereo missile drop kicks to Barbarian. That gets 2. Then Rogers comes off the top. A Barbarian catches him. Just kind of holds him in the front like he's going to do a fallaway slam. Ming comes in and just thrust kicks him in the head.
Yeah.
Barbarian just dumps him, covers him for the 1, 2, 3. Your winners, the Faces of Fear. I really like this. That was a lot of fun. Commentary. And Eric once again apologizing to Macho. And let's watch that video from last week again.
Macho, this is the sex swing that you made for me. That Hogan now plows me on. Sometimes Vincent gets involved.
Oh, fuck. I've heard stories about Vincent. Dude,
She got that fuck money, man.
did she get feeling back in her legs?
after she got doused with the meat sauce.
Yeah, I gotta get that fuck money.
But, yeah. How can we make this better? I know. Our next match. The return of Mr. JL. JL, you're back in the game?
Are we forgetting a promo?
No.
Hogan?
That's later.
That's
Oh,
later.
it's later? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's after this.
Okay, I had misplaced my notes. Yeah, I get the main event.
That's impressive. Well,
Yeah, I'm back.
There's one more match after you.
Yeah.
Technically, there's one match scheduled after you.
Yeah, I'm gonna main event.
And you're taking on NWO Sting. Now, did you know beforehand it was NWO Sting, or were they telling you it was supposed to be real Sting?
Sting.
So they just told you it was going to be Sting. So were you a little disappointed when they came out for the match?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a Sting. I got B Sting.
Then the NWO just comes down through the
A
crowd.
B Sting.
I got it. I got it.
Thank you.
All, of course, except for Hogan, who is in Hollywood shooting 3 Ninjas 3.
High noon at Mega Mountain.
They come ringside to, what the? I'm sorry, the TV broke me. They come ringside to cheer on their teammate.
Well, I guess.
NWO Sting, World's Strongest Slam, Stinger Splash, Scorpion Deathlock, but the thing is, Mr. JL never taps.
I don't. I mean, he doesn't.
He will not give in.
Well, this is still the I quit verbalize thing. You know.
Well, he doesn't even quit verbally.
How
He's
do you
saying
know?
no, because the ref goes down and checks, and he says no. But in comes the real Sting.
And hold on.
Hold on,
Before you go on here, you need to paint a picture for us, Mr. Host Man. This is historic.
You're forgetting that whole part during the match. The NWO comes down through the crowd.
He actually
said
said
that.
that.
Oh, did he?
Get off the
Yeah.
phone.
Oh, sorry.
God damn it.
Yeah.
When Jeff talks, I go off.
Which is, what, 90% of the fucking podcast?
Yeah, so I don't pay attention for.
So anyway,
Anyways.
paint a picture.
My
This
picture is dead.
This is historic.
It is. So the crowd starts to erupt as they see what they're hoping is their savior coming back. The announced team.
But Ricky is not
No,
there.
no.
Ricky's not there.
The announced team is going crazy, hoping that salvation has finally arrived for them. But out walks a very different Sting. Black trench coat, black top, black wrestling gear, except for the multicolored scorpions.
Sting's been gone for a month. You couldn't have maybe fixed his tights.
Well, it was a work in progress. They didn't know how far they were going.
Okay.
Only white for the face paint with a little bit of black. Those colors, white and black.
They're quite popular these days.
They're very popular.
It's pretty popular when Eric Bischoff goes, it looks like Sting's not wearing NWO colors. It's like,
Except for that's all
the
he's
face
doing.
paint.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But he comes in and he just wrecks the NWO Sting. But the NWO just looks on. And then you watch their guy get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Then after it's done, and he puts the Scorpion Deathlock on the fake Sting, the NWO enters the ring. Real Sting stands up and looks at the group in front of him. Ted gets on the microphone and says, "Welcome back. Our cheap imitation was no match. But then again, it was enough to get WCW to question it. Even though you've carried this company on your back for a decade. So that should tell you, where did their loyalty lie? But you know, we treat our guys pretty good."
As they just watched their compatriot get his ass handed to him and did nothing.
And let you know right now, the money's much better over here. So the question is, are you with us or are you with them? Nash gets on the mic and says the same thing.
Well, no, he quotes Jim Morrison of the Doors and tells Sting that he needs to break on through to the other side.
Then Hall gets on and says,
"You hillbillies from here." Oh, that's the different.
Wrong one.
says, "This here was just a cheap imitation. We know something about cheap imitations."
Yeah, little dig there.
And then Sting grabs the mic and says, "You know, guys, I don't know if you can afford me or if you can't."
You forgot the first part, which is great.
Which was?
You get what you pay for with a cheap imitation.
Oh, that part,
which
yeah.
leads into the, I don't know if you can afford me.
And then he says, "Who knows?" Drops the mic and leaves.
The only thing for sure about Sting is nothing's for sure.
A fun thing for me about rewatching this is I don't remember Sting talking
Well, this, I think, is the last time.
like last time, because I know when later on Sting comes back, he's just in the balcony and looking down and but like he doesn't talk. He just stands there and baseball bat. This is like his last time probably talking for like 2 years, and it just kind of like I'm like, oh wow, he's talking. What the hell,
I mean, he's not saying much.
He's not, but
it's definitely. I get more of the silent Sting going forward.
I thought it was his last promo. I honestly thought the last promo he did was the whole you can stick it WCW.
Well, I remembered this one only because of the "nothing's for sure" line. So I knew he talked once, and I'm 99% sure that this is the last time he talks.
So from here we go to our main event. The Crippler Chris Benoit versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. Benoit comes out. Macho's music hits. It takes a little bit. Also, Eric's left. He was trying to find Macho.
He's going to go do some more of his stupid shit.
And Macho finally comes out.
He just showed up to the arena.
Literally just showed up.
From a funeral, apparently.
Or a bike rally.
Funeral bike ride, yeah. Because he's in his all his black leathers with his weird sunglasses and cowboy hat. And he is definitely not ready to wrestle. And Eric stops him and says, "First of all, I want to apologize for last week. I know that couldn't have been easy. But here's the thing. I have new footage for you to see."
Again, Bischoff.
What the fuck?
It's Vincent now plowing her.
Yeah.
And with this, we cut to Hollywood Hulk Hogan on the set of Three Ninjas. And the NWO is taking over this film. Hogan fires the director. The new director, The Giant.
Why not?
And they're getting their new actress ready for her cameo, and that being Liz. And Hogan's really directing her about how we really want you to sell here that you actually still love Macho. And she just can't do it.
This is some rough shit, by the way.
I've had enough, Hogan. Enough is enough. It's like, oh my...
You've ruined my life for the second time.
This entire video is just garbage.
It's...
The whole point, once you go back to the trailer and it's Hogan and Liz, it's just cringeworthy.
I honestly thought he was going to beat the crap out of her.
I thought he was going to fuck her.
Something.
Could have been both. We don't know.
I forgot how hard they worked the first 6 months of the NWO to make Hogan such a detestable piece of shit compared to the cool factor of Hall and Nash. Like, I completely forgot how hard they tried.
They're doing their hardest. They're doing their damnedest here. But when we finally cut back to the arena, Eric pushes once again to try to get an answer from Macho. And it looks like he's going to walk away again. And we're going to leave on a really weird note. But then...
You know what?
Macho comes back.
I've got something to say. I've been thinking, in many things in life are fragile. Friendships are fragile. Relationships are fragile. Eric Bischoff, you know, business can be fragile. But life is fragile.
The fact that... And then he walks off. And Bischoff's like, oh, fuck, he's going to kill Hogan. Because he does. He points that last one directly at Hogan.
Yep, but Hulk Hogan, life is fragile.
And he's like, Macho's going to come to the ring with a gun, isn't he?
That's what it sounded like, right?
Right, yeah.
Randy, don't do it. It's like, he's going to bring a gun or he's going to go kill himself.
Yeah.
Randy, don't do it, Randy.
So
do what?
I watched this. I remember watching this about a year ago, just out of context.
Yeah.
Just put it on because it was the Return of Sting, and I was wanting to watch that again. And I watched this promo about a year ago, and I was sitting there. I was like, one of two things: either Macho's about to murder Hogan, or Macho's about to kill himself.
Yeah, right.
It's
One
like,
or the other.
Holy shit! It makes more contextual sense after watching all of this.
Randy, don't.
But it's like, holy shit, this is dark.
If they wanted to go even darker, they should have had
The
him.
bum from the...
No, no, they should have had Bischoff not interview him, but have a tape delivered from that fucking same swing, only it's Savage. Then he says that line and then picks up a shotgun.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Anyway, it is...
Can we cut to Raw now?
And then Bischoff's like, we're out of time! You'll have to order the pay-per-view to find out if Savage is alive.
Is Macho getting banged on the sex swing now?
That's why he's grabbing the shotgun. He sees Vincent out of the corner of his eye.
Not again.
Yeah.
And with this, let's cut over to WWF Monday Nitro, coming to you from War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I miss days when the arenas were called that.
It's a good name. We have some dark matches to get through. First off, Flash Funk defeating Leaf Cassidy. Nothing, okay. Frazier Floyd defeats Mike Diamond.
Who?
And then the team of Jesse James, Mark Marrow, and The Undertaker defeats Goldust, Mankind, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hold on. You want to do me a favor and say that first team again?
Yeah, please.
Jesse James, Mark Marrow, and The Undertaker.
That's what I thought he said.
Okay. Versus who?
Goldust, Mankind, and Stone Cold.
I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight.
Yep.
Huh. Is that before
You're
or after the Raw?
If it's going in the order that I have here before.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting card.
You just-
Does it say how long?
No, I don't have match times here.
you just corrupted the database.
The tag team.
The first one or the third
Yeah,
one?
I cannot.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, what?
The 6-man.
Oh no, we just can't talk about
Oh,
that.
we just can't talk about that.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. But the third, that third one, that's a
yeah,
great
that
tag.
team. No, that doesn't compute. Undertaker's got to be in the back like, what the fuck, Vince?
So what's the finisher? I want you to tombstone Goldie in the middle, but Miro hit Wild Thing.
And then Jesse James comes in and takes the pin.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work for me, Vince.
Do you not remember WrestleMania 9?
Yeah.
You booked me with that. And with this, we go to our intro, which is very keen on reminding you that tonight is the return of Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart.
I want to bring something up. Mm-hmm. Corey brought this up with modern day time, and mine's just going to be this is just going to be a joke here. Corey brings up that if you watch every intro video, the last person you see gets over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So Kimmel
Yes.
Yep.
is the last person you see.
Kimmel's gonna
Kimmel
be
is the last person
Kimmel.
you see. He's not getting over yet.
Not yet. He's
Does
getting
he
close.
get his push yet? Does he become a heel?
yet.
Yet. Okay. He deserves something because he's getting super kicked every week on Raw.
Hall of Fame, buddy. Hall of Fame.
Pyro going off at the beginning of the show for our first wrestler, Psycho Sid, who almost trips over his own Pyro. Luckily, the Pyro guys get out of there just in time. By
Huge
the way,
pop. Huge
that Sid pop,
Yeah.
Damn.
fucking A, that Sid pop.
Sid's over.
Vince and King on the call tonight. And our first match.
Where's
JR,
yeah.
remember he got
fired?
demoted
Yes.
last week.
But he said last week he'll be down here. He's not.
But he's pissed off after last night.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That might be.
Give it time. So our first
I
match,
can't
Psycho
wait.
Sid versus Owen Hart with Clarence Mason in his corner. And, I mean, yeah, why not? I could live with this. Owen making the ref move so he's not standing on his face on his graphic that comes over the ring.
It's great.
I fucking love that.
Is the ring bigger? Does it look bigger?
No.
No?
No.
to me, it looks
okay. It looks huge to me today.
You might have been watching too many of those old 90s WCW matches.
I might be.
Owen...
Or to the camera.
That could be. Owen with that kip up into the choke toss to the outside. It's like, oh, that didn't work well. But he gets back in, missile drop kick. Then Bulldog comes out. Well, he has his tag team partner, makes sense. Sid comes out to greet him, goes to choke slam Bulldog, but Owen from behind with the chop block. We get our cut to the commercial. Of course, Superstar line. Call JR on, was it line 6? To find out why Sid's winning the WWF title at Survivor Series.
Okay, then. So we don't need to review it, right?
I feel we should probably still do that one.
Do we?
I think it could be a fun one.
He
Literally just gave it away. Great knee work here between both Bulldog and Owen when it comes to taking out Sid. Because it's a smart play. You have the larger opponent, you chop him down to size.
Yep.
But it's Sid. He's over as fuck. He uses the power of being over. Choke slam. Goes to set up the power bomb. And Bulldog attacks him and gets the DQ.
Well, we knew that was coming.
I like. Did any of you guys notice that? That Sid chokeslams Owen, but Vince calls it a powerbomb.
Yeah, well, Vince.
Well, you remember that match last night. That's how you're supposed to end it, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's a 2-on-1 fight. Out to make the save, Shawn fucking Michaels.
Shawn makes it cool looking slipping in your Dockers.
Right?
Oh, shit. Oh, made it. Saved it.
Fights off everybody. It's down to Sid and HBK in the ring. And Sid's like, dude, I had it. You weren't really needed.
Yeah, don't need you, bro.
I'm fucking Psycho Sid. I have the
you?
world in my hands.
Oh, good job, Jeff.
Good job for you. Anyways, Buried Alive match review. And we go to our next match. Tag team action. As the Smoking Guns take on the Godwins with Hillbilly Jim.
Holy
Again.
shit.
I know we're light on. We're just like Techno Team 2000. Come on. I'm tired of these two teams.
JR joins commentary for this one.
Of course.
And says, likely, according to his sources, the winner of this match is going to be the number one contender for the tag team titles.
Does this mic work?
I have bad
Yes,
news
it
for
does.
you.
This doesn't end.
I have bad news for you.
Christ.
Buddy Downers are no more.
What?
And the Rockers are on their way out.
Oh,
So
thank God.
if you're sick of watching these two teams, I got news for you.
I don't know who I want to watch more. These two teams or Public Enemy
And
and Nasty Boys.
I'll take Public Enemy and Nasty
There,
Boys.
hey, there are a couple new teams coming in.
Yeah.
You may not enjoy one of them especially, though, so...
Crap.
By the way,
I mean, they debuted over the last set of tapings,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't take a genius to figure out that they become a tag team in the WWF.
Come on.
anyways, Henry Godwin hits the slop drop for the 3 on Bart.
Hey, thank you.
We continue
The tension.
the tension between the Smoking Guns.
But is it really tension?
No, it's the flashing red
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, that's
We're
it.
breaking them up. We're breaking them up.
Announcements for the Hall of Fame class are made. Pat Patterson,
What? My Talio?
Superfly Jimmy Snuka,
I did not kill her.
and Vincent J. McMahon.
Okay, that's deserving.
Yeah.
Any problems there?
No one's
Well,
a murderer.
I don't think anybody has any problem with Pat Patterson.
No. It'll be great. It'll be the finish will come and it'll go banana.
Then we cut to backstage where Mr. Perfect is stretching, getting ready for his match. Hunter comes in like a wrecking ball with a giant carts that they carry the production stuff in.
Oh, I thought you meant like in a thong on a big ball.
No, that was Hogan.
Yeah,
And he just runs over Mr. Perfect, wrecking his knee.
yeah, he does.
Oh crap. That Perfect premiere! Damn it! We get our promo for the Big Bang Boom tour.
Do me a favor. Wake me up when he's done talking about the next segment.
Okay.
We get promo of Austin on Livewire.
That part was good.
And lots of bleeping.
Take me down to the dungeon. I'll kick Brett's ass there.
I'll beat his ass for 30 minutes and put him in the sharpshooter for 10.
If Stu gets in my way, I'll beat his old ass too.
And then JR gets in the ring and introduces the returning Bret the Hitman Hart. And we get our promo.
Wow.
The first thing Bret brings up is, okay, I'm going to shoot a little bit here.
Just a little bit.
I was talking to another corporation, another company, and they offered me a really good deal. Basically mentioning WCW without saying their name. And I'm not going to say a single bad word about them. They treated me with respect. They presented themselves with honor and dignity. And I have nothing bad to say about them. But, by the way, he's doing this, the entire locker room in the back's watching on one small monitor. Including Austin, Pillman, Salvatore Sincere, some guy we haven't seen yet that we shouldn't talk about yet.
That's quite the drop off from the second to the third.
Yeah, a true up-and-comer, blue chip, blue chipper.
But then Bret says,
Electrifying.
after all of this, I have come to a conclusion. I will never leave WWF.
He will be WWF forever, as he put it.
Forever. Then the topic moves to Shawn fucking Michaels.
Yeah, he ain't done shooting yet.
And, the guy just kind of bugs me. And he just starts burying the shit out of Sean.
Did any of you guys hear or write down what Vince was saying during these promos?
Not really.
Like, one of the things Vince says, like, I can't believe this is happening.
Well,
Because listening to the Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard podcast, he says that Vince has a button that he presses to talk to people in the back.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I'm trying to think of if those were planted lines, or was he trying to press back to the back then he didn't press the button, or the button didn't work? Because there are a lot of times in this promo that Vince says like, I don't think that's right, or no.
Well, a lot of that has to do with like when he says that he's smarter than Shawn Michaels.
I don't think so. Blasphemy.
And he's better.
Oh,
one of my favorite things.
You're wrong.
My single favorite thing of this entire promo, though, is Vince's facials.
Oh, yeah.
When the entire thing comes up about WCW at the beginning.
I was watching this with Zen, and she's like, "Why are they showing Vince?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Because the story goes that they didn't know what Brett was going to say here. They didn't know if he was going to say, I'm going to WCW or I'm staying here. I still, like I told you guys earlier, I call bullshit on that. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe they put all that effort and work into setting up the Austin feud and bringing him on here if they didn't know what the hell he was going to say.
I don't think they would let him go on and go, hey, I'm going to the enemy.
Yeah.
Bye.
I just don't believe it.
Brett goes on to say that at Survivor Series, he's going to be taking on the best wrestler the WWF has, outside of himself, of course. And that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And in the back, we see the reaction, mostly from Brian Pillman, who acts like he just won the Olympics. He's very stoked about this match.
Pillman thinks he's in the match.
Austin turns around and just gives him the death stare. Then we go back, and Brett talks about his nephew. We get very real, and more. Unfortunately, Brett's nephew did pass, and he's using that as his motivation for coming back and being a wrestler because he wants to be a role model and a hero for the kids.
It takes a dark turn, and this promo is already super long.
Yes, it is.
And Brett's like this. Sean, I think of you as a great competitor. You're not my enemy.
You're not on my level.
But I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes saying...
But you're not on my level. Pause. Line. Okay, yeah. Fuck you.
You're a dick.
You're a dick. Eat a dick.
I'm better.
I'm better. I'm you're
a
not
role model.
I don't pose for those girly magazines. I don't
dance.
I don't dance. I don't think you're as cute as me.
This is a really
It's a long promo. Then he goes off, goes on about how his, the kid passes away. Maybe because of this promo. I just wanted a reaction to that one. Ooh, doggy.
Well, let's move on to our next segment.
Thank God.
Please, yes.
Corey, you can wake up now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
Karate Fighters Holiday Tournament.
Go back to sleep.
Yep.
First round matches will be Bob Backlund versus Sonny,
He's telling us the match.
Doc versus Sable, Sid versus
I think this is where
Marlena,
it came in
and
wrong.
Perfect versus Phineas.
I'm guessing that match won't happen.
Well, we get to our next match. The main event time is Hunter Hearst Helmsley takes on Mr. Perfect. Perfect comes out with the contingent of Mark Marrow,
Why?
Sable,
Is Tony Schiavone-
Gorilla Monsoon, and JR.
Why?
Bought out the entire fucking locker room for crying out loud. Gorilla, well, he's pulling Perfect from the match because doctors say he can't go because of his knee. Marrow agrees to fill in for the match. Hunter says, fuck, I didn't sign to fight this guy.
I don't gotta do nothing.
But, he put that title on the line. I'll fight. Marrow's like, sure, I'll do it. the girl's like, okay, we're not going to have this match unless the two guys agree to put the title on the line. The fuck did they just do?
Gorilla was beginning to lose it at this point.
All right. You guys want a match? Sure. Okay, hang on. I gotta go ask each person. Hey, Jeff, you want a match?
Yes.
All right, Corey?
Yeah.
Let me think about it for a little bit. I guess. Put it together. Let's have a match.
So, Intercontinental title on the line as Hunter Hearst Helmsley takes on Mark Marrow with Sable in his corner. Perfect on commentary. And we join this match already in progress.
You know why, don't you?
Why?
Motormouth Brett went so fucking over.
We had to cut time in the live show.
This was probably going to be a 15-minute long match, and it got cut down to like 8. 7, yeah. Fuck you, Brett.
H tries to use Sable as a shield, so Sable just slaps him in the face.
Shouldn't that be a DQ?
It was on the outside.
That's WCW.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Vince didn't want it to be. So, Marrow goes for a sunset flip pin. This sets off a small counterfest, which ends with a Triple H tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Marrow back in with a slingshot leg drop. That gets 2. Hits the Samoan drop. He's going up top to do the wild thing, but Triple H pushes the ref into the ropes, sending Marrow into the turnbuckle crotch first. Marrow, though, gets back up. Moonsault. That gets 2. Triple H then whips Marrow into the corner that the ref happens to be standing in. Ref bump number 2 in this match. And everybody is down. So Triple H thinks this is a good time to go out, shove the ring announcer, take his chair. He comes back in. Sable tries to stop him from using the chair. That doesn't work. So Perfect comes in and takes the chair from Triple H. Turns around, smashes Marrow right over the head with it. Triple H picks him up. What's that mean, Joe?
Pedigree!
For the 1, 2, 3, your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
And then immediately fade to black because Brett went over.
Yep.
No, you get a little bit of time for Perfect and H to celebrate in the ring. Then you go to black.
There was a spot in this match I thought was pretty funny. And it was when Perfect was on commentary, and he's talking about how somewhat perfect Marrow was. And Marrow was doing the leg drop from the outside apron to the inside. Mm-hmm. But his right foot gets caught on the ropes. And it's like, he's not
so perfect.
No.
So with that being said, did Nitro have the better show once again?
No, God, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it did. Now, who won the ratings war? Well, we know it's Nitro, but how much?
Okay. So, last week, Raw got a 1.8 to WCW's 3.3. This week, Raw got a 2.6.
That's a big bump.
WCW got a 3.2.
So that's the closest it's been in quite some time.
I mean, I hate to admit this, but you know what that means? Bret Hart's a draw.
Yeah, you can't really deny it. Nor can you deny that it's time for the award show. Now, if I could talk about Sean for another 10 minutes and how much I'm better than him, fucking A. So, I'm going to start with this one. MVP of the night. And I'm going to start. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
You son of a bitch.
The new Intercontinental Champion. And they played this plan to a T.
I have to agree with you.
Me too. Because he finally got a win and he's on TV.
And he's got the title.
Yep.
Moa Div of the night.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get to have his match.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to go a little different here. Eric Bischoff. Flair, bro.
Yeah, he ain't.
You're doing more to hurt your cause than any man in history. You mean, are you just trying to ruin Macho at this point?
Macho, I'm sorry. I need you to fight Sunday. Please come back. Macho. But I have another tape for you to watch. And it's the whole NWO gangbanging Elizabeth.
I don't think it's accidental. I think this is a
The gangbang?
Yeah, okay. I think this is a direct result of the contract negotiations not going well.
Fuck.
Says, you don't want to sign? All right, I'll fucking ruin your life.
Match of the night.
I have mine, and it's controversial, probably.
Okay, what you got?
Faces of Fear and Fantastics.
Ooh, it's one of the two that I'm kind of coming down to.
You know I'm a tag team slut, so...
It's a fun match for a 3-minute quickie.
Well, it's a little longer than 3 minutes, but...
It wasn't that much longer, was it?
No.
Corey, you and I are on the same boat this week. Basically, we have agreed upon on everything, and I'm taking that. I'm taking the Fantastic versus Faces of Fear.
5:18, you're right.
Basically, for the final... The move at the end.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little different, because that was one of the two matches I was looking at. But I'm going to go with the other match I was looking at. Dean Malenko and Jimmy Graffiti.
Good match.
That was a damn fun match. Worst match of the night.
I've got mine.
Is it by any chance the Godwins and the Smoking Guns?
That's mine.
God damn, yep.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jarrett and Ron Studd was close, but the fact that Jeff Jarrett suplexed Ron Studd was actually somewhat impressive.
Yeah.
It was.
So that leaves us with the end-all, be-all, please-all of our award show. Joseph Lessel.
Yo.
What the fuck?
I've been thinking about my what the fuck for the past 2 hours, and I want mine to be that man that was at Buried Alive, but...
Different show, bro.
I know.
Pay-per-view war stories available on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and No
I
Celebrity.
really wanted it, but my what the fuck is a spot on Raw that should have been part of Buried Alive, and it was the heel turn from Mr. Perfect onto
Yeah,
Mark
why
Miro.
did they just do that to pay-per-view?
Do it at the pay-per-view.
Pay it off there.
Yeah, not Raw. I get you're doing it on Raw to try to get a ratings boost, but I don't think it worked on Raw.
You didn't need it. You
Plus
had,
Brett going over 20.
you had Brett returning. You didn't
That
need this
was
on
going to be your ratings draw.
The Brett promo could have been the main event. Like
Yeah.
that's how you could have ended it. Like
Yep.
Pyro, by God, it's Bret Hart.
Bret Hart's staying. Whoo, thank God.
That's your finish, but no, I didn't like. The heel turn should have happened on the pay-per-view.
Okay, Corey?
Well, that was actually mine, so give me a second.
Give you a second to come up
we
with
were-
a secondary what the fuck?
We were simpatico tonight.
The brain.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with Raw. I'm going to go with Bret Hart. Great, you're back. What a self-serving, pat myself on the back, stroke myself off real quick, fucking promo this was.
Wait, real quick? That seemed like a long session. That seemed
That's
like a
it.
Sting session there.
Yeah, we're talking, this is bullshit.
When I wrote down in my notes, this is a long promo, it finally ended.
It goes and goes.
Gee, I don't understand how he got big ego. Vince letting him having this fucking masturbatory promo thing about whether he's staying or not.
Do you prefer this promo or his one when he was in Cabo about
God.
Owen?
Oh, I like that one because it was edited.
Oh,
And
South
now-
Africa?
Yeah.
This one didn't. This one lasted roughly 17 hours.
And we got the shortcut. I heard there's some extended edition.
Oh my God.
But that was actually the one I was probably going to go with. So now I have to come up with a third what the fuck. And you know what? I think we stated it a little bit earlier. I'm just going to pile on here. My God, how bad is WWF's tag team division right now?
Yeah.
It is, without question, the drizzling shits. You have 3 teams?
4 technically.
And one of them is 2 great singles wrestlers that just happen to be working together.
And 2 other ones are about to be torn apart within a month.
You need help in the worst way. You're getting a little bit. It's not good.
No?
We know what's coming, and it's not good. How long until that gets fixed?
Really? The end of 97, I guess you could say, when the Outlaws heat up.
Shit.
I mean, it's better in 97, but, I mean, if we're going to shoot forward a little bit, it's all makeshift tag teams.
I mean, you're sitting there on... I mean, you have a plethora of tag teams here on WCW that, you know what? We need to give some people some rest. Let's just fucking throw the Fantastics out there for no apparent reason.
Right?
Holy shit.
I wonder if they come back.
It's like I said, I don't even remember them doing this, so I'm interested.
Yeah, I want to see... But I mean, you've pulled out the Fantastics, the Rock and Roll Express... I mean, it's hilarious. And then on top of that, you actually have your regular tag teams who are really fucking good. Because your champions, Harlem Heat, a well-respected tag team. Mm-hmm. The Outsiders are there now. Mm-hmm. They're damn good. You've got Faces of Fear who are insanely underrated. And then you've got this litany of tag teams below that.
Public Enemy, Nasty Boys.
American Males.
Rough and Ready.
High Voltage.
High Voltage.
El Technico, and, you know.
Don't forget any Dungeon of Doom team besides Faces of Fear.
Jeez.
Also, the amazing French Canadians.
Yep.
And let's not forget the Steiners when Scott's back.
Oh, yeah. Once Scott's healthy, we have the Steiners.
Horsemen.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're not hurting.
You got like 20 teams.
They could afford to lose a few to WWF and not...
They should have FedExed the American Males to Titan.
Hey, we're feeling bad about
Here's
how
your
badly we're
receipt,
kicking your
Vince.
ass, Vince. We're giving you the American Males and High Voltage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Vince would have looked at High Voltage and been like, yeah.
God damn it. But let's separate them.
Yeah.
And we'll hear more about that next week. As the Monday Night War Stories continues, we'll be coming fresh out of Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc presented by Slim Jim's.
Jeff, I'm proud of you that you always put Slim Jims in front of Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc.
Presented by Slim Jim's.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll be working our way into Survivor Series with Raw. Not live next week.
Nope.
Back to the tape. But...
Our what the fucks every week could be, so, you live yet every week, Raw? Nope. Alright, what the fuck?
You know the funny part is, they wouldn't be live every week until September 99.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how much does that hurt them over that run?
Well, it quits hurting them as much in the next couple years, but yeah, no, it took until SmackDown debuted where they're like, okay, now we have to be live.
Really? Wow, that just literally blew my mind.
Up until then, I mean, starting with the 2-hour Raws, they do live every other Monday, but then tape the next one the next night.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can look forward to more mind-blowing information like that on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and NoSellEntertainment.com when you listen to the Monday Night War Stories.
I honestly did not know that. That legit blew my mind.
Also on Twitter, where we're at NoSellENT. Instagram, we're at NoSellENT. Snapchat, NoSellPodcast. Facebook.com/NoSellEntertainment.
Booble's gonna get a good gif for my mind, mind blown. So I'm expecting that one.
We have our contact us page on NoSellEntertainment.com. You can also find us individually on the Twitter. Where will they be able to find that mind-blown gift being sent to, Joe?
Ah, you stole my comment. At the Dasheen.
Get it? How about you, Corey?
I kind of get it.
Where can they find you on Twitter?
Oh, that kayfabe guy.
And, of course, you can follow me on Twitter at the MacTheMAACK. Because Starrcade 1990 is still happening in 2 weeks on the Retro Review Machine, and I'm looking forward to this so much.
Yes, it is.
God, this is just amazing.
Wait, does that cameraman get hazard pay?
Let's hope so.
I thought that was Dustin Reynolds. I thought it was Goldust.
And with that being said, for Producer Ed, for Dasheen Joseph Lessel, for the Human Wrestling Database Corey Mack, for the Black Scorpion, I am the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. Good night.